Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. This is just a chat where we talk about whatever you all want to talk about. You can ask me any question you want to ask me. It can be gun related, gun politics related, or it can be ungun related or unrelated to guns, I guess I should say, not ungun related. You can ask me about wrestling, cars. I like lots of things, and I know some things, so feel free to ask. Doesn't matter what it is. Also, you can suggest whatever current topic is in the news or anything you want to hear my opinion on. Feel free to ask me about it. I'll tell you what I know. Sometimes it ain't much, but I'll tell you what I know. You can also just call me out if you think I've said something you disagree with. Just let me know what you disagree with me on. And if you feel the need, you want to come in and challenge me, I'll even set some time aside. We'll do a little segment called Slap the Yank, where you can put me in my place, and then you can have that video to do with what you want. I always like to get the chat started by reading the names of people who have purchased merchandise from my Shopify store, which there is a link in the description of this video, because that does go to support TYMP, and I think TYMP is more important than ever now. And if you don't know what TYMP is, go over to TYMPpistolproject.com and check it out. You can register over there to be a recipient. You can support it. You can become a Patreon member, subscribe star member, or you can use the link to go buy merchandise like the Tacky Tard Turtle I'm wearing right now. Although I don't think this one is up there as a regular shirt. I think I've only got it in the Fur Friends fundraiser category. I got to take it out and make him into a regular shirt because I like this character. The only person that's bought anything today is John Heasley. He bought the new Happy Ending shirt, which is how I always wished the cartoon had ended. It's a very graphic shirt. So if you're sensitive, don't go look at it. So thanks to John Heasley for that. We didn't get any new subscribers or on Patreon or Subscribe Star today, so I don't get to welcome anybody. Haven't got to welcome very many people for a while. We've just been losing. YouTube is really shutting us down. If you've been watching my videos recently, you saw where I did the video yesterday, a live chat about what YouTube was doing, and then today I had to repost it because somehow that got scrambled. And they immediately reported that video as inappropriate for some reason. But YouTube's really targeting the channel. If you're a subscriber, make sure you're still subscribed. Go to my webpage, my YouTube homepage, make sure your notifications are turned on for my page, because they really went through and cut 212 subscribers from my account last night. And of course, they all came from the watch page, which I don't know what the fuck the watch page is. There's no way you can check and see who left, or there's no exit interviews or anything. So it's never from a video. Usually if you get subs, you can go see, and you got them from this video. They watched this video and they subscribed. But whenever you lose them, occasionally you'll lose them on a video. Like when I make the Trumpers or the extreme lefties really upset, they'll unsubscribe from that video. And believe me, they fill out exit interviews. But when YouTube takes them, it always comes from the watch page, where you can't really verify any of it, which is odd in itself. But I did a video pointing out where they're just blatantly lying about me violating policy. But they even lied to a point where they chose a point in one of my videos and said I was doing something at that point in the video. And in that point in the video's over, and the scroll for the Save the 40s group is scrolling. So they clearly just lie, just so they'll have a paper trail to get rid of you. So if you're subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you got your notifications turned on. Of course, it doesn't do me good to say this, because if you've been unsubscribed, you don't know I'm saying it. And that's the part to count on. But like I said, thanks to John Heasley. Let me go over here and see if we got any questions coming in. Today is the 15th. We got Dale Rickety chiming in here, and he said, Ferguson sucks chode. Yes, he does. I agree. That's our governor here in the state of Washington, in case anybody wonders who that is. And he does indeed suck chode. I don't mean chode, like chode that works with Iraqi vet. That's a different chode. He should be so lucky. Sent emails. I don't think it will be long before the bootlickers call for my arrest. Well, maybe for public profanity. Some of those. Well, I don't know if it's public, but some of them make me give me the vapors. It's nasty. But yes, I saw. Paul Bidenbach says, "Hail Phil, YouTube can suck it." Yeah, well, unfortunately, they're going to win though. Especially since some people keep giving them money because they don't know how to use a link at the top of the video. JW just chimed in on an unrelated note and said, "Sent you an email called Blown Gun Budget for me for the year. Any holster suggestions? I was looking at craft holsters for a shoulder holster." Well, I will look for that here in a second. And get to it as soon as I get through this. One last question I think we got over here. Oh, no, wait, I think that might have been the last question. Yeah, that was the last one, so I can get to it now. Let's see what he sent over. Boom, let me get this off he's blocking his own gun. JW Blown Gun Budget. Looks like he got the Combat Elite Colt Python, the best of the Colt Pythons out there. And yes, get you a 1791 holster for it. Very nice gun. Very nice holster. I carry mine in one. Actually, an Azula, I think I carry mine in a lot of the time, but the 1791 is good too. But Azula is another option. If you want to get one fast off of YouTube, Azula is great. But of course, you can usually get the 1791s off there too. Not YouTube, Amazon. Got YouTube on the brain. But also, I'd like to say to JW, suck a dick because you're an asshole because you got a new gun and I didn't. And it doesn't matter that it's a gun I already have. It's still a new gun to you. And I don't have a new gun for me. So I ask you, how is that at all fair? How do you live with that? And plus, if you didn't pay your tithe to Phil, I hope he blows your trailer away. Let's see here. I got a couple more emails here I want to show real fast where people sent pictures over. Share screen, Winder. This is the sad one. Well, I was telling you about. It appears one of our viewers, Tim Allen, his wiener dog had stopped eating, was doing poorly. He lay him out to go to the bathroom, and he never came back. But he got a new friend in his life. There's just when he first got his wiener dog, and there he was as an old doggy. But he's got a new friend now, Misty. Oh, she cutie. But he says he got that dog in 2013. He didn't say if it was a puppy or not. So it was at least 11 years old. That's not all that old for a dog, but, it's older than some get. And then we got another one here. Who do we get today? This was from Casey Seawright, a friend's old dog. Oh, look at that face. That little tongue hanging out. See, people wonder why chihuahuas do that so much because they lose their teeth early. They got such tiny little teeth and they lose them. Margaret had that problem. We had to have so many of her teeth. We had to have her teeth cleaned. We had her teeth cleaned every 6 months and still she lost teeth. And the ones that don't get that done, they lose a lot of their teeth early and their little tongue starts to hang out. It's not hurting them. Makes them look a little goofy, but they're still sweet. Little rat dog. Rat dog. Rat dog. Let me see over here if we got anything else coming in over on the Phil tithe side. Remember, go pay your tithe to Phil if you haven't. Well, I think that's an order. Did we get an order over on the website? Let me check and see. Yes, Travis Truman bought something. And so did Bashir Rafiq. I like that name, Bashir Rafiq. You got to be a rapper with that name. What did he get? Oh, he bought some shirts. He got the Phil Loves You. Oh, he's in the church. Phil Loves You. I got to make sure he's on the Phil Loves You church roster. Where is my church roster? Hold on. If he's not already on there. Church of Phil. Bashir Rafiq. Nope, he's the first. How you spell it? I know I'm going to spell it wrong. Bashar Rafiq. I think that's right. All right. So thanks to him for purchasing some t-shirts over there. And Travis Truman, what'd he get? He got the Eeyore Guns Make Me So Happy t-shirt. I love that design. I like that design because I can just picture Eeyore saying it. By the way, this is the design in case anybody's wondering. I know you're probably not, but I'm going to show you anyway because maybe it'll promote a sale. And hell, one sale is a big sale for me. There we go. There's the Eeyore. Guns Make Me So Happy. I gave him a little AR in this one. He has a shotgun in his fuck red flag laws one. How do I get rid of this? The stop screen. There we go. Let's see. Let me take a swig of my soda. There we go. So thanks to them for purchasing merchandise and supporting TYMP Triple P. Like I said, I think TYMP Triple P is more important now than ever because I think a lot of people can't afford to buy a firearm to protect themselves and their families, and we help provide that. So, Peter D got to pick up his new deep carry gun. I'm going to show that here real quick. See if anybody can figure out what he got. I don't think it's hard to figure out once you see the video or see the picture. Got his new got to pick up his new deep carry gun out of jail today. I'm pleasantly surprised by the high quality. What's the Smith & Wesson? Why are you surprised? But these are cool because the updated ones now, there's looky there, no lock, and there's a rear sight that's actually removable, and a front night sight. Very nice little carry gun. I'm looking to get in this one. I do believe he got based on the cylinder shape and the flutes on the cylinder. That's the 6-shot 32. He doesn't say in the email, but the fact that you can see 2 cylinders here means it's the 6-shot. So that's a nice pickup. Nice pickup. Jay Sagachode. I don't think that's their real name. I would hope not. No, there's no way they'd have lived through middle school if that was their real name. They'd be dead by now. They said, so explain getting unarmed and property taken from you. You mean how my gun got lost on New Year's Eve? Well, that was easy. I got into a fight I should have never gotten into. Well, I really didn't have much choice. I turned around, they were punching a member of my family in the face. So I choked someone out, and while I was doing it, one of their hoochies grabbed the gun out of my holster. And I don't really remember. Someone that was with us claims I kicked it out of her hand. And I'm like, I remember kicking at her to get her away from me, but I don't remember kicking the gun out of her hand, but it might have been reflex. But I did remember putting my foot up on her and pushing her away. Apparently that made her drop the gun on the ground. And when the gun hit the ground, I had to let go of the guy and try to get the gun, but it got kicked over where he was. And he got it. So I had to put him back on the ground, but I didn't get the gun away from him first, and he shot himself in the hand. So the police took it as evidence. I think that's the first time I've explained it in the chat. I did it as a members only explanation the night it happened, or night after it happened, but I don't think I've ever explained it properly in here. That's probably why he's asking. Someone said how I got my gun stolen in my chat today, and I was like, oh, I didn't get a gun stolen. I mean, I've had a gun stolen, but not recently. I've had guns stolen a couple times in my life. It happens. One was by family, I'm pretty sure. So let's see here. Where am I at? What am I doing? Where are we going? I forgot. Let me make sure we're caught up on the supers over here. We are. Paul Bidenbach was the last one. Sagachode was the last one over here. Let me go get to the live chats here. Where we at? My notifications are still on, but no notification for the live chat. You can't just turn on notifications on your channel. When a channel is shadow banned, like my channel, and this is directly from one of the YouTube people who told me this, when your channel is tagged like my channel, even if you have notifications on, you will not get notifications from my channel unless you go to my page directly and choose turn on notifications for this channel. You have to do that or you won't get notifications from me because the channel's been shadow banned. Although they said that's not a term we use. I was like, well, it's the same thing. You know what it means. Peter D used his 45-month WAP chat to say, yes, that is the 432. Comes with a nice XS big dot front sight from the factory. That'll be the dog days of summers when it's hot, hot, hot out. Yeah, those are good for that. That's what I use my 360 PD for. I'm thinking of replacing the 360 PD. I'm replacing it with the Guardian. Not the Guardian. That's the NAA. The Tomcat. I got the new Tomcat to replace it. I won't see it for a couple of weeks, but because of the waiting period, because I might go out and do something dangerous with it. Thank God they kept that gun away from me, so I can't go do nothing dangerous with a gun. If you got a carry permit, there should be no waiting period. And there shouldn't be a waiting period at all, but there definitely shouldn't be one if you have a carry permit because that shows you have other guns. So it's stupid. It's clearly to put a burden on retailers. So they have to hold that merchandise for so long that they can't replace the merchandise. They can't replace their inventory because they got to have the room, and it puts a burden on them, tries to drive them out of business. They know gun shops are already shaky, so they try to destroy them every chance they get. If you want to be a millionaire from opening a gun shop, well, here's how you do it. You start out a billionaire and you open up a gun shop, and before long, you'll be a millionaire. Let's see here. Where are we going? I don't know what we're talking about. I've lost my place. I forgot to mention that I first got Shorty September. I read that. I think I mentioned it. Just got a new load for 357 mag 200 grain bullet at 140 feet per second, 1400 feet per second. Massive step up in power. What do you think recoil will be in a J-frame? It's snappy. It's going to be stingy. That's why the thing I don't like about J-frames is that they are kind of stingy. That little 360 PD, when he shot himself in the hand, I was more worried about his other hand. Probably the hand he was probably screaming about was the one he was holding the gun in. He started yelling, "You shot me in the hand." I'm like, you're holding the gun, dumbass. How do I shoot you in the hand? Plus, your hands are under you. I've got you laid on top of the gun. And that's intentional. And that's why I ain't letting you up. He kept yelling, "Let me up." No, not gonna. And then an off-duty policeman came by and helped me hold him down. Then we got the gun away from him after I got the gun away from him after we had the off-duty policeman there helping. The bouncers I should sue the fucking bar because they're the ones that overserved the people that attacked my family, and their bouncer stood there and did nothing as this happened on their property right in front of their doorstep. I should fucking sue them. I know statute of limitation ain't up, so I might consider it. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, there's a picture from Dale Rickety. Daisy with her leathers on, that had me nervous at first. I thought she's going to be wearing like a gimp mask and a harness, but she's wearing a jacket. Look at that nice little, like a bombardier jacket. I want a bomber jacket. I don't have a bomber jacket. I don't ever wear coats, but if I did, I'd like to wear one. I never wear a coat. The only time I ever wear coats, like if we're going up to the mountain to go tubing or something, I'll wear a coat. But otherwise, I'm only walking, it's not that cold out around here that you need a coat. I don't think. If you got a sweater on or something like that, you're usually good up here. It's usually in the 30s. Now I always have stuff in my vehicle and everything so that if I get stuck somewhere overnight, I can stay warm, but I don't wear a lot of stuff. I got a coat in my car. But yeah, I was worried when I opened that up. I was worried about what the leathers were going to be. Because, Dale's old. Them old people are weird. They're swingers and all that shit. So Load I mentioned above has 870 foot-pounds of energy. Well, I should do it. Carl Switzer, the original Alpha, was shot to death in a self-defense situation. The knife-wielding Switzer attacked a man in his own home and was shot in the crotch. Oh, that's not a good place to get shot. I can't think of a good place to get shot, but I mean, there's some places that are better than others. But yeah, the crotch is not one of the, like if you got, like if someone shot and it hit your ear, but that's all it hit was your ear. That's better than getting shot in the crotch. Then plus you'd have a big nick in your ear to show people and tell them a story of that's when I got shot. And you can make up all kinds of details around it to make yourself sound cool. My best friend has a scar on his leg right here. And it's like kind of an oval shaped scar right around your knee. And whenever kids or anybody would ask what that scar is, I'd always say they were bit by a shark. See, that's a better story than what really happened. It was an injury when they were a child. That's not interesting. I sent you an email subject, Momo. I didn't see that, I don't think. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Devil Kitty. Let's show everybody showing pictures of other pets tonight. We got a trend going on. Where's it at? Did I not pop it out? I guess I didn't pop it out. There we go. There it is. Share. There's Momo. Oh, he's a pretty kitty. Looks like a big, happy, healthy, fat kitty. Should it be a crime for someone who is being lawfully detained to yell, "I can't breathe," when they can actually breathe? This can incite bystanders to attack cops or security. No, I don't think it should be a crime at all. I mean, you're being detained by the cops. I mean, you're already committing a crime. If you're committing a crime already, it's not really a big thing. And if you're not committing a crime, well, then fuck the cops. I hope they do get attacked. Make sure there's nothing coming in over on the super chats to support the pets and vets. Yes, there is one. I got to enter that. It's Peter D. Let's see what he had to say. But the new Beretta can't fill your hole. It'll do okay. Can't put a semi-auto on the wheel gun wall. No, it will not fill the hole in that way. I gotta get something. I got a toy gun from Go Shadow. It's a very cool toy gun, but I ain't putting it up there because I've been playing with it every night. I've been using it in the house, shooting at things that I know won't tip over. Because you got to be careful because it shoots harder than you think. So I shoot it like the power bank over by the TV. I've been shooting at pictures on the wall that I know ain't going nowhere because they're well secured. Stuff like that with it. Pretty fun night to take out your aggressions. I would, if I trusted, I'd shoot it at the TV, but I'm afraid it would damage the TV. I don't think it would, but I'm afraid to try my first shot on the TV. Maybe once the little tips are softened up a little bit, I'll do it. Because it's these little bullets. They're little foam bullets that you stick in an actual casing and stick it in the gun, and it poof, shoots them out under air pressure. I'm afraid to shoot the TV because that'd be awesome for shooting the TV. Just your poop. Because I like to shoot at people that piss me off on the TV. I'll dry fire at them usually with my little red dot. But boom. But I like to, that would be awesome to shoot them with that. Oh, what really makes me mad is when you go to shoot them and then it cuts camera angles and you miss them. I'm like, that's not fair. That wouldn't happen in real life. So, but no, it won't. I will have to get something, and I'm leaning towards something like what you've got right there, or the Smith & Wesson, the new 36 Classic Series, because that thing's pretty, but it's also pricey, but it's pretty. I wouldn't carry it, but I would love to own it. You know what I mean? It's one of them situations. I want to carry the Mallorean Arms 3515, but I think it's too big. I don't know what that is. Is that a real thing, or is that a, like, let me see. Is that from, what was it? 3515? I see a 3516. I don't see a 3515. Oh, this was Johnny Silverhands. I don't know who's Johnny Silverhand. Ionic power pistol. This has got to be a video game. It's cool looking. I like the looks of it. It's kind of like from the halfway point back, it's got very much Han Solo blaster feels, and from the halfway point forward, it's got a very thick sci-fi look to it. I also think the problem with it might not be that it's too big, might be that I don't think it's real. Go Shadow says, should pick up the 605 on Wednesday, February 19th. Well, you'll get yours, I think, faster than I get mine. I'll tell you that. But you started first. I don't know if I've even been notified that my background check came back. Usually when the background check comes back, they call you with a notification saying, here's your pickup date. I ain't been called yet. So it might be a delay. I don't know. Might be forever before I get that damn thing. Then my hole definitely ain't filled. It took me a second to remember to think he meant the hole on the wall won't get filled. I thought he meant my actual hole. I'm like, how big do you think my hole is that a Tomcat ain't going to fill it? A Tomcat would definitely fill it. And then some. I wouldn't even get all of it in there. No matter what some people might tell you, I would not get all of it in there. You have some far left views. Yes, I know I do. I have some far left views. I got some fairly far right views, and I got some centrist views, which I think most everybody should have. I bet you everybody in here has some far left views. Are you Christian? Are you Christian, Andrew P? Because if you are, then if you're actually Christian, you got some far left views. Because a lot of the things Jesus said would be considered far left woke today. So are you a Christian? Or are you godless heathen? Damn godless heathens. Swear. More of them every fucking day. They're like cockroaches. You can't get rid of them. You can't kill them. I'm one of them godless heathens, by the way. Well, no, I might have a God, Phil, not Jesus. Jesus got too many rules. And his dad's a dick. Oh my God, his dad's a dick. I wouldn't follow Phil if his dad was an asshole. Luckily, I don't think he has a dad. And if he does, he seems like he did a pretty good job raising Phil. He doesn't like kill all the babies in a city just because they offended him. You know, I'm just gonna kill everybody's baby. That doesn't sound like a nice God. Babies didn't do nothing. Let's see. Where are we at? I finished watching Cobra Kai today. The series ended well. I've never gotten past season 2. Will you ever go back to the Helium Club after what you went through? Probably not. I'm not going to go anywhere where they serve and encourage drinking. That whole model of you got to have a 2-drink minimum is dangerous, I think. And I don't want to be part of it. Shooting people on the TV, shooting yourself, watching your videos. I don't shoot myself. Is that a tad masochistic? Well, I don't shoot myself. I don't. Not on purpose. I've been shot twice in my life. I don't ever want to repeat it. Maybe that little scrape that you just had is holding up your background check. It may be. You never know. It might be. I wasn't arrested, so I wouldn't think it would, but you never know. And plus, I went to court the other day for my speeding ticket, so I think that if they'd have had a warrant or something on me, it would probably been served at my trial. Or I'd have been at least notified and gotten a letter or something. They got my phone number and my address. But that looks like that's it. Looks like we're out of questions. Let me go check, make sure we don't got anything coming in over on the other side. We got 3 minutes left. So if anybody wants to throw in a last-minute donation to Pets and Vets or a last-minute question, feel free to do so if you're here live. If you're watching this later, well, then you can't do that. You can go do a super chat, though. Someone told me that yesterday when I said you can't donate if you're not watching live. They're like, well, I can do a super chat or a super thanks. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you can. I forgot about that. I actually get a couple of those every now and then. You got to look for them in a special place over here. You go to supers. Super chat. Where there was a way I thought you could see the super thanks. See all type. Well, maybe there's not. I thought there was a way to see the super thanks. I found a way to see them before. Oh, I think it's under comments. Well, I won't do it right this second. RFK Jr. says that Fruit Loops are the worst food you can eat. Toucan Sam takes serious umbrage with that. Well, I didn't know much about RFK Jr. People kept asking about him. I'm like, I don't know much about him. So I decided to watch a couple of interviews with him. And I've determined that man is a grade A liar. Either that or he's completely insane. Because, just to give one perfect example, he said he was quoting a study about there's a type of mercury or something. I forget what it is. Some type of substance they put in these vaccines. And he's saying they did a study to determine that this material ever actually left your body or if it stayed in there and did bad things. And he cited the study, the people who did the study, blah, 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 to sound real official. But then he completely misrepresented the findings. In fact, he didn't just misinterpret. He said, and what they found is that the substance doesn't come out. They couldn't find it in urine. They couldn't find it in feces. They couldn't find it in sweat. So that is staying in your body. And I was like, wow, that's bad. So I go over and I read the study, and the very first, right on the front cover page of the study where it shows conclusions, it shows the substance in question was found in massive quantities in immediately past feces. So the material clearly exits the body fully and quickly, safely. So I'm like, well, he's completely misrepresenting the findings. But then I'm like, well, it is an old standard that people who lie use. They'll quote parts of something, tell you these official people did these official things, and then they just lie about the result. So their lie sounds, like it's legit. Wasn't legit. He completely misrepresented the study and what it said. He completely twisted the outcome. And I found out he did that on all three of the studies he's talking about. So I think he's a fucking liar. It's just like everybody's talking about look at all the things they're finding, Doge is finding. I'm like, I haven't seen evidence of anything yet, so I can't say if they found anything or not. But I can say one thing. When Elon Musk stood in the Oval Office like he's the president the other day and said that we're sending Social Security check to hundreds of people that are under 50 years old, I'm like, that doesn't sound good. So I go to research that, and immediately at least 30 different people who are programmers and who work for the Social Security Service, etc., they're like, no, this is a perfect example of being rich doesn't mean you're smart. He's stupid, because the COBOL program that they use, the coding they use on the system, if someone has entered something recently and they put the date in, and if they put it in wrong or different than it's been put in before, like someone changes a number or something accidentally, it defaults to 1875, because it always codes these things and then reinterprets them. And if it's been coded differently, it reinterprets it to 1875 every time. And that's a sign, if you're someone who actually knows how to use the system, something's been entered wrong, go back and check it. But Elon Musk either doesn't know how it works, or he's just counting on us not knowing how it works, and he's lying. It can't be both. It has to be one of those two things. So, I take everything that government says with a grain of salt, whether I like what they say or not. In fact, when I like what they say, or if I think it'll back up something I've said, how they're a bunch of fucking losers who only serve the 1%, I go and research it harder, because I don't want to be guilty of just believing something because I liked what it sounded like. And the people that said, this clearly shows Elon Musk doesn't know what he's talking about. They all cited, tons of stuff about the code that they use, the system. I think it's called COBOL or something like that, and how it does that. And it's just basically you'd have to be totally ignorant of the system to not know that, is what they said. And he's either ignorant or he's counting on us being ignorant and being able to manipulate us. And I thought, well, that's awful silly for a genius to make that mistake. But I've always said he ain't no fucking genius. There's never been any indication he's a genius. In fact, the things he got rich from, he failed into money. He started his businesses with money that his dad, his rich parents and his rich friends gave him. He used their money to get rich because he started a company specifically so another company would buy them out. He got rich off that. And then he joined, what was it, PayPal or something, and was CEO of that. They removed him from his position because he was ruining the system. He almost destroyed them single-handedly. But still, when they sold, he got hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he bought into Tesla and didn't do anything there except for run his mouth. So he's never done anything successful. He's never created anything. He's never built anything. He's just a rich kid who got richer with other people's money and took hundreds of millions of dollars from the government that he lied to get, and then took hundreds of millions more and tens of billions of dollars since then for other things he's done. And selling carbon credits is his main source of income. So he's just a shady character to begin with. I used to like him, and people used to bitch at me in the live chat about liking him back when he was doing his tunnel thing and stuff, which turned out to be a total flop too. Bible says you can says to trade cloak for a sword, have anything on your record. Well, what does that mean? Bible also says that if you have shoes and your neighbor doesn't, give your neighbor your shoes. Bible also says that if an alien lives among you, don't treat him poorly, treat him as if he's one of your own. Bible also says, all kinds of things like that would be considered far left. So I don't understand what that little deflection was about. Didn't answer the question. Let me make sure we didn't get anything coming in over here. I didn't see anything, but we're out of time. So we're going to get out of here. We'll lose a lot of subs bitching about Elon because now that he's with Trump, the right just loves him for some reason. They used to hate him, and now they fucking love him because he tells them what they want to hear, which takes me back to when Donald Trump said, hey, if I ever run for political office and I ever try to seek political power, I'm going to do it as a Republican because all you got to do is lie to the Christians and they'll believe everything you say if you tell them you're Christian. And those were his own words, and that's what he's doing. And now that Musk has joined him, people love him. So one thing you got to say about Donald Trump, he's not stupid. He knows what he's doing. And I hope he does well. I hope he does right by the country, because I don't care how he got into office if he succeeds while he's there. Whether he'll succeed for us or not, I doubt. He'll succeed for the 1%. But it wasn't like they were being trod upon to begin with. All right, everybody, that's it for us tonight. We're out of time. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody participating in the chat. People who sent pictures and everything to share. I appreciate it. Oh, our viewership dropped back down to 80 when I started talking bad about Musk. So I can see right now I'm going to be losing some subs today. All right, everybody. Like I said, thanks for everything you do for the channel. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully, unless YouTube cuts more of you out of the equation. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. I am a grown-ass man.